Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the ultimate beginner's guide to dressage for those of you who want a little bit of tips and explanation on how to start dressage if you're completely new to it and just want to understand it more. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So, the way it works, very basics. You usually have a commander in the arena. The commander is the one giving you instructions on when, where, and how to do the move. Usually, there's always a commander. They're usually not in the line. They're usually standing away from the line, watching you do the moves. And most people use commanders. Sometimes people will individually do dressage with no commanders on their own, but that's really rare. Usually there's always a commander. The commander will call a move set, such as curl set, orbit set. I'll explain what those are. The word set isn't always included. Just keep that in mind. So they might say curl, they might say curl set, they might say curl. Like, it doesn't really matter, right? Like curl set, same thing. Just keep that in mind. After they call a move such as curl set, then they will call a pre. Pre is short for preparation, so just so you know the move is coming. And then after that, they will call a go, in which you will do the move. A curl is a small circle, like what I just did, and it's really much the basic building block for a lot of our moves in dressage. Looks exactly like this. It's just a 360-degree circle. That's what a curl is. You only go on go. And it's very important that you go on go because that makes sure that everyone's timing is right. You might look a little bit earlier than other people on your screen, but that is solely for timing purposes and screen delay. Trust me, you look on time on everyone else's screen, so don't worry about that. Let's start with the C curl. A C curl is a walk curl. So this is a curl, like I just showed. It's a 360-degree circle around yourself. A C curl is a walk curl. So you're just gonna walk on go and do a turn. You're gonna go around 360 degrees. So let's try that. C curl set, pre, go. And keep in mind, commanders can also command in the chat. Like, you don't need to do this over voice. Okay, that's a C curl. Now an A curl, spelled A curl, is a canter curl. So let's try that. A curl set, pre, go. So you're just gonna do a circle, there we go. That is a curl, yay. You just did your first curl. So, or your third curl. Anyway, let's try some other moves. So, orbit. An orbit is a walk, then a canter curl, one go. It's two curls put together. Let's try. Orbit set, pre, go. So that's kind of the basics of dressage. It's all based really off of curls. And then as you kind of become more advanced, you'll learn new moves such as B curl. B curl is a trot, then canter curl. So it's really all based off of curls. So once you learn the basics, it's really easy to level up. Please make sure not to start at elite levels because then everything will kind of be confusing. It may be confusing, it may not. Somehow if you're superhuman and you are never confused, then it's not going to be confusing. But yeah, so it's just really important to start with the basics, and then after you've gotten that, then there's also other kinds of moves that you learn, such as cut mid. Cut mid is really confusing. So there's 4 places in an arena where you can cut mid. A cut mid is a move in which you cut across the arena on a straight line. You can only cut mid in certain places. Like, I cannot cut mid in a corner. I can't cut mid here. I cannot cut mid over here. Like, there's just certain places, right? So the only places you can cut mid are at the very center of each wall. There are 4 walls in this arena, so there are only 4 places to cut mid. Now, I don't know if this is different for 5-walled arenas, but so far I haven't seen a 5-walled arena. So, this is the center of this wall. So this is one of the places that you can cut mid. The other centers of the 4 walls, this is the center of one wall, right? So you can also do a cut mid here. You don't need to get it exact, but you know, just know that that's kind of around the spot. Here is another cut mid, right? Like right about here. And that's the last cut mid. So there are only 4 cut mids that you can do in a 4-walled arena. Now, the way a cut mid works, there is no pre or go in a cut mid. A cut mid is just as soon as you reach one of those 4 locations, preferably whichever one you're closer to, you will cut straight across the arena. So cut mid. Now I'm going to turn, doesn't need to be at a canter. You're going to turn and you're going to cut straight to the opposite cut mid, right? It's kind of weird that I call it a cut mid. It's really just the middle of the wall, right? Oops, I don't know why I just clicked on that. Yeah, and then you can turn right at wall. Sometimes they'll say right aw. Aw means at wall. So right aw, good. And then you can also cut mid here. Remember, there's no pre or go. Just keep that in mind. You can do another cut mid. Yeah. Great. This can also be done in lines of people. So if there's a line, everyone will follow the lead and go on that cut mid. Great. So next we're going to learn a die. Die is kind of the same as a cut mid, except it is done in the corners of the arena. There are usually only 4 corners, so as soon as you reach the closest corner to you, you will die, which is diagonal, short for diagonal. So you're going to cut to the opposite corner of the arena. There's something that with spacings in the other arenas in Star Stable, but I'll talk about that in a different video. And again, there's no pre or go for this move. As soon as you reach the closest corner towards you or near you, you will die to the opposite corner. Oops, just crashed. That happens sometimes. Yeah, so that's kind of how a die works. Next move that we'll cover is a comb. A comb is when so in a die and in a cut mid, everyone follows you in one line, right? But a comb is different. In a comb, there is a pre and there is a go. Everyone will cut at the same time across the arena. So it's kind of like a cut mid, but everyone does it on go, and it does not have to be in the middle of a wall. So for example, comb, set, pre, go, and then whoever's behind me would be on the side of me right about here, and then the person behind them would be right about here, right? And there's a go. I wish I had a line, but to be honest, I don't, so I'm just going to do my best to explain it right here. And usually you would merge at wall, so everyone would turn towards the lead, and then we would continue trotting. If you don't want to do a comb, but you want to cut at any point in the arena, you can just say cut set. Cut set is just the leader cuts and everyone follows at any point in the wall. You could do one here. Remember that there is a pre and a go. Great, so those are really the basic block moves that you need to know for most dressage moves. Of course, there are a lot more, but I don't think I could cover them all in one video. I might do a how-to series so that you can learn all the moves, but for today it's just the basics. What else? Okay, this one's going to be a little bit tricky to do. Maybe I can demonstrate on someone here. Okay, hopefully they don't find this creepy. Oh, wait, I think this person's AFK. Okay, so in dressage, we use what's called NTT, nose to tail. So whenever you have a line of 2 or more people, and you're halted, so you're, standing, you're always going to want to be nose to tail. You don't want this, right? You're not going to want to be like that. You don't want to be too far out. You want to be right about here. When you're riding, we usually use OT gaps or HI gaps. It's kind of confusing. I don't know why there are all these names, to be honest. OT is overlap tail, so front legs inside the other person's back legs. HI is front of saddle to back of saddle. I'm not really going to go too in depth, but you want to use those gaps while you're trotting so everyone looks professionally in line with, you know, proper spacing. Again, like, you don't need to use that if you're a pure beginner. It's just really to understand the concepts of what gaps are. If you want to do like a side by side, you can do an NTT flat, something like so. You don't want to be crushing each other. This is called an NTT flat because I guess you're flattened out side by side. So yeah, those are really the basics of dressage, or everything you need to know before your first dressage lesson. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.